Barcelona have beaten Napoli by 3 goals to 1, and we will now be heading to Lisbon for the Champions League quarter-finals, and we will be facing Bayern Munich, probably the best team in Europe right now. But guys, we are through, we've won, and that really is an important step for us. There's plenty to discuss in this one. There's some positives, quite a few negatives, but let's begin. And let's dive straight in with the lineups like we always do, guys. And essentially I got these spot on really. For the Barca lineup was exactly the one that I put on the screen before the game. No Riqui Puig, no Ansu Fati. Setien went for that quite narrow shape with quite a lot of experience in the lineup, quite a lot of age in it. And for Napoli they ended up going with Di Lorenzo over Husai at right back. That was the one thing we got wrong, but as predicted, Manolas was fit, and so was Lorenzo Insigne. So let's dive straight into the game then, guys. Let's not wait around anymore, guys. And well, Napoli made quite a bright start. I was thinking maybe was that because Barcelona haven't played in 3 weeks, whereas Napoli have just ended their season. I think that definitely would have played a part. Napoli, would have been much more ready, match fit really, which is really important. Match fitness and fitness are two completely different things, and I think Napoli in the first 10 minutes took massive advantage of Barca, just easing their way into the game. And Mertens hit the post. He probably should have scored, or at least got that on target. He scuffed his shot. They had a lot more possession, Gattuso's side, and they were being really brave with it. And it was actually Barcelona who ended up taking the lead. Out of all of that, we got a corner. I think it's Rakitic who whips it in, and it's actually Lenglet who gets a really good header at the back post there, back across the goalkeeper. And that's a massive goal for Barcelona, a really, really big goal. For me, it changed the game. Was there a slight push there from Lenglet on one of the Napoli players? Maybe, but I think it's just, the tussling in the penalty area. It's a bit of that, and I don't think the VAR team really saw enough there to actually completely rule out that goal. So the goal stood. Lenglet, deservedly, been such a good player for us over the past few seasons for me. And he gets himself a massive goal there. And Barca, a massive goal for this game. And it was from then onwards, guys, like we mentioned, that Barca began to dominate. We began to control the game a lot more. And it was much better from Barcelona after that first, 10-minute scare maybe from Napoli, guys. We were the better side then. We were easing our way back into it. And that Lenglet goal definitely gave us legs. And it was around about the 22nd minute then, guys, 12 minutes after the Lenglet goal, where it was Lionel Messi, who else, with an absolute genius goal. It was absolutely out of this world, and he's just the best ever, guys. He picks up the ball here. It's actually a really good move from Barca. I think everyone in the team touched the ball leading up to this goal, and I watched it back a few times, and it's really good quick play. It's a good forward pass from Rakitic. Lovely little dink out from Suarez, who received the ball from Ivan. He plays it all the way out to Messi here. Great chest control, and then he drives at the Napoli defence, and there's not really a lot of space. There wasn't really much room in there. There were quite a few players around him. Koulibaly, Mario Rui were quite close to him, but he falls over a few times. He gets the ball stuck under his feet, but he just still keeps going. He picks up the ball really well. He just guides inside onto that left foot, and then the finish, he's almost falling over off balance, and he whips it with a lot of pace and direction into that far corner. Ospina can only get a hand on it, and it's just a wonderful goal to watch. And Barca from then onwards, in complete control here. Messi, the best ever for me, and wow, what a goal that was. And not long after, Barca were right in their rhythm, like we said. It was Messi again who got himself on the score sheet. It's a lovely ball to the back post by Frenkie de Jong after another good move. Suarez had a shot well saved by Ospina, but I think it's a little outside of the foot pass from de Jong, and Messi controls it brilliantly on his chest and just moves it straight over Ospina. He makes it 3-0 to Barcelona, and you were just thinking, yeah, this is going to be a classic Barcelona display, but hey, VAR said no, that's not an amazing moment. And I've watched this so many times, guys. Apparently it skims his arm or touches his arm. I'm still literally going on YouTube, putting it down to like the slowest I possibly can and watching it. I can't see where it hits his arm. I don't know how VAR decided it did. Again, they took about 2-3 minutes to look at it, and once they were checking, you just knew they didn't want that goal to stand. They really didn't. They see goals go in and they think, yep, let's have a look at that, let's chalk that one out. And that's exactly what they did, guys. They zoom in, they play it in slow motion for 2 minutes, and again, guys, no goal. They ruled out a wonderful goal from Barcelona and Lionel Messi. For me, again, if it hits his hand, fair enough. The rule is stupid as it is, but hey, it's the same for everyone. If it hits your hand, then it's not allowed to be a goal. We know that from now on. Massive goals are being ruled out this season with that rule, and it's the same for everyone, so fair enough. I just don't actually see it where it hits his hand or not. Does it skim it? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. I just didn't see it, but hey, VAR got involved again pretty soon after, and it was actually a penalty, or a potential penalty to Barcelona here. It's Koulibaly. I think he tries to play the ball over to the right back, Di Lorenzo, and as he goes to strike the ball, Messi just nicks in there and gets the foot on the ball first, and it's actually Koulibaly, instead of striking the ball, he strikes straight through Messi's ankle, and it's actually quite a nasty tackle. Messi's actually got some long-lasting damage from that, and they are going to check to see if he is alright for the Bayern game. Now, he played the rest of the game, of course, but that is going to be a sore one, and it's going to be a big, big bruise there on his ankle, because it was a really heavy kick. But hey, the players were down for a long time, the referee didn't give it, VAR took literally 3 minutes to look at it, then decided to go and call the referee over. He looks at it, gives the penalty for Barcelona, but again, how long did that check take, guys? Honestly, how long did it take? We were literally there for 3 minutes thinking, surely this is a penalty. Koulibaly literally just swiped through Messi's ankle. It was a pretty nasty challenge, it wasn't intentional for sure. He's just trying to chip the ball across his area, but he gets straight through Messi's leg there, guys, and it's a really, in the end, it's a quite nasty challenge, and it's just a stonewall penalty, and there's no two ways about it. And again, they took so long. I think Messi actually then decided to pass the penalty on to Suarez. Maybe he would have done that anyway, but I think he almost had to because of how nasty the tackle was, He would have had a big, big bruise on his leg there, and it could have been a risk to take the penalty. So it's Suarez there. It's a clear penalty for me. Despite the fact that, that VAR check was way too long, Suarez, he makes it 3-0, and really on the stroke of half-time, guys, Barcelona in complete control. But the half wasn't finished there, guys, because Napoli got their goal, essentially. They got their away goal, and it was Insigne from the penalty spot. And Barca, it was just silly, There was not enough ball pressure. Fabian moves it into the area, and I think it's Mertens who gets a bump from behind from Rakitic. Just on the replay, I was thinking, did he get the ball? I'm not sure if he gets a little bit of the ball. But at the end of the day, I think it is a penalty for me. I think it really is. But I just wonder, guys, they were checking for 3 minutes on the Messi potential handball and on the penalty that Koulibaly literally hacked Messi's ankle from behind. They checked 3 minutes on each of them. On the Napoli penalty, which I thought, hey, if they zoom in here like they did for the other ones, maybe they'll see that Rakitic actually touched the ball and it shouldn't have been a penalty. And they don't even check it, guys. It was just moved on. Yep, penalty, Napoli, there you go, take it, put it into the net. Everyone go home happy. It's just dodgy for me. I think it's really dodgy. I don't know what's going on in the VAR room, what agendas they have in there, but I don't understand why for some blatantly clear things for me, especially that Koulibaly penalty. You look at that for 30 seconds. I agree with being thorough. You don't just want to make a rash decision, but you look at that, 3 or 4 times, and you just see Koulibaly has just swiped Messi's legs out. It's a clear penalty. We were there for 3.5 minutes, guys, including the referee going over to the monitor. But no, for this little Rakitic bump in behind, which for me was a penalty, we just brushed over it. We're like, yep, go on, take your penalty. That's it. That's nothing wrong with that. I just find it dodgy. I don't know what's going on there with VAR, but yeah. Either way, 3-1 to Barca at half-time. A bit stupid because we just gave Napoli some hope there. We let them back into the game, gave them their away goal. They now knew that they only needed 2 goals in the second half and they would be progressing. But just speaking about that second half, guys, literally, what on earth? What on earth was that from Barcelona? And I think we've seen this a few times over the last seasons. Because of how old the team is, they just lack the fitness or the pace to actually go on for a second half. So, say we're 2-0 up at half-time, so we're 3-1 up at half-time. We won't actually go out to the second half to play again. We'll just go out to ease through it. And some of the players came out and they said, we know what we needed to do in the second half. Really? Do you think that's what you needed to do in the second half? I just don't buy that. I don't like what's going on there with how we rest ourselves in the second half almost and just chase the ball for 45 minutes. I just find it odd. There were no chances for Barca in the second half. There was nothing where you thought, oh, great opportunity here. It was just all in our half. Napoli trying to get in. And to be fair, maybe we were lucky that it was Napoli because Barca looked absolutely exhausted. There's zero pace in this team. And there seems to be a real lack of fitness from, just a nothing half in total, guys. I don't know what that second half was, but it's just not good enough for me. And like I say, were we lucky it was Napoli there. They definitely didn't test us enough as they should have, and more quality there, like we will be facing in the next rounds, you'd think would definitely hurt us. And on that note of the second half, I'm saying we have no pace here, we have no energy, we have no fitness, but that's also down to Quique Setien. He can change that. The things I've just mentioned, they're all on the bench. You've got Riqui Puig with energy and pace, you've got Ansu Fati with energy and pace, and they got 0 minutes here, and it's just Setien and Sarabia twiddling their thumbs on the sidelines. They're absolutely scared and terrified of what's going to happen, and that's just not good enough for me. I just don't trust them, or Setien especially. I just don't trust him, really, to manage Barcelona. It's just shocking for me, it really is, How can you be that scared to bring in players who are actually going to improve the complexion of the game? I don't get it. I don't know what's going on in the management team. Bringing Moncho on in the 82nd minute, who obviously deserved his debut, but again, what a weird sub that is. Bringing Junior Firpo on at left mid instead of Luis Suarez in the 92nd minute. this is just unbelievable. These are the subs from a guy who was just completely scared and terrified in case anything goes wrong, and it's just awful for me. It really is. I can't believe this is happening, and I don't know what he was doing on the sidelines. We were already tired out there. We already looked really lethargic, and he's got a chance to change that. Of course, it's the players' fault as well, but Setien, his in-game management, it just has to improve. The subs there, why would Ricky and Ansel not brought on? Really, really poor that. And again, he just doesn't really want to make subs. He's so terrified in case anything goes wrong. Well, things are literally going wrong in front of you, mate. This is why we want to make subs, to change the complexion of the game, and he just sits there doing nothing. That really worries me. But it is important to note that this was a vital victory. But it's also important to note that there are massive worries for me, and there are things that need to be improved. Like I said, the fitness, the overall pace in this team. It sounds like a weird thing, you just say on FIFA that you need pace, but there's actually just no one who can pick up the ball and run, apart from Messi, really. I don't really see anyone else who can do that. Maybe Semedo from right back, but other than that, there's no real pace in this team, and I do worry about that. And again, like I say, Setien's management, Setien's lineups, it's not good enough, especially the substitutes, the cowardice on the sidelines. That has to improve, and that is just basically not good enough. Positives-wise, guys, again, progression. We got to the next round. This was a big victory. That's really important to note. People would have gone into this game thinking, please go through, please go through. And hey, we're through. We've won 3-1 here, guys. We are going to be in the quarterfinals. We are going to be heading to Lisbon when some other big teams are not. The likes of Real Madrid, the likes of Juventus, Liverpool are not going to be heading there, and we will. So there are positives here, guys. And also, I thought Semedo was brilliant. I thought Lenglet was brilliant. I thought Frankie de Jong was excellent in midfield. And of course, Lionel Messi. What a performance from him on a big Champions League night yet again. So then, guys, that's where I'm going to wrap up this video. I believe I've covered everything. And listen, this was a big win. We're not favourites for the Bayern game, certainly not. But, we know they're the best team in Europe. But like I say, we're going there to win. We're going there to win. We're not going there to be humbled. We'll have Busquets and Vidal back. We've got a massive task ahead of us. And if we play like that, I can't see us doing much. I think I saw someone saying Bayern are going to need to make a lot of mistakes to not win the game. And that's just a sort of sentence that worries me. And I think it's true. I think it was from Lothar Matthäus, the German legend. And I think it's kind of true. Barcelona don't look up for it right now. Setien, I just wish we didn't have him as coach, really. He just worries me. And I've got all my trust in the players now, none in him, because it's clear that he's just terrified of these occasions and of things going wrong. That's not good enough. It really isn't for a massive moment like this. The Napoli game, we're 3-1 up at home, for God's sake, 65th minute. Put on Ricky and Ansel. What do you actually think is going to happen? You think they're going to score like 3 own goals? Honestly, man, I just don't understand it. It just irritates me that it's just not good enough. And against Bayern Munich, if things are going badly, say we do go 1-0 up, but then Bayern are, running over us, they're really getting a lot of chances. Ter Stegen's making brilliant saves. We're hanging on for dear life, and he's sitting there, not making any changes, watching the ancient players trundle after the ball, and then eventually Bayern score. I just can't have that. It makes me sick, and that has to change, guys. But hey, like I say, Bayern, for me, they're the best team in Europe. They're definitely the favourites for the whole competition. They've been wonderful so far this season. Flick has done a wonderful job there, and, they are a great, great team. But like I said, we are going there to win. It's a massive game for us. Let's just see how it goes, basically. It's one of those things that you've just got to support the team and just trust that we can try and do a good job, honestly. The fitness has to improve, though. The determination has to improve. And we need some more pace in the team, some more giving from the players. That's what I will say. And I've got some plans. I've got some sort of things I want to discuss. I'll be doing a preview for the game, so more of that will be coming then. There's some ways we can play out of possession, some ways we can play in possession. I think there's some ways we can get at Bayern Munich, so I want to talk tactics with you guys in the other video. But yeah, until then, Setien needs to grow some balls if we want to win this Champions League. That's what I'll end on, guys, because yes, this was a big victory, but there's plenty to improve. I'll see you guys later for the Bayern Munich preview and review, of course, after the game. And yeah, guys, plenty to come. Champions League is getting in the stages. The business is about to start. And I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.